first like to take you back to 2007. I called my husband at work and said, Matt has been diagnosed with an autism spectrum disorder. And he said, what is that? And I said, I don't know. And so we quickly started doing research and going to doctors, and we're doing numerous therapies. We had 3 other children, so I was taking them with me to all of those therapies and doctor's appointments. And we were homeschooling at the time, so they were having to learn in the van, and it was, I was a crazy mama, to say the least. And we began to feel like this isn't fair to our other 3 children, and yet Matt was always behind in meeting all of his milestones. He didn't talk on time, he didn't walk on time, he didn't pinch Cheerios when he was supposed to do that. And I thought, we can't quit the therapies. He'll never get on grade level, he'll never be able to lead an independent life. And so we felt very at a loss. And so I was in the occupational therapy office, the studio, and Matt was getting his occupational therapy, and I happened to notice an ad for ClearWater Academy. And I gave them a call, and I couldn't believe it. They were going to do all the therapies during the school day, and I wouldn't have to drive all my other children around. And the class sizes were really, really small, which Matt really needed. And I was just blown away. I came home and said, I found the answer. And so I made some notes too, like Abby did. So let's see, now my phone is not letting me into my notes. Let's see, here we go. Oh, and now it died. So, okay. We'll just wing it. I've been doing too much bidding. So, I had been trying to teach Matt to read. I thought, well, I've taught 2 other people to read. I'm not a teacher, but we were homeschooling. But we could not get past A says ah. He kept falling out of the chair and just could not focus. And so Abby Huber was the kindergarten teacher at the time, and it was incredible. She taught Matt to read, and that opened so many doors for him. And that year, at the end of the year, when he did his standardized testing, he was at or above grade level. It was the first time in his entire life. That is such a gift. And so I just want to thank, and there's one thing I have to tell you. Every year they have asked me, what would you like to focus on this year with Matt? And so that first year I said, could we focus on communication? Matt had apraxia. So if we would say, do you want chicken nuggets or hot dogs? He would say to us, do you want chicken nuggets or hot dogs? So it was very difficult to communicate with him. And so, I've had the experience as we were going through the different things with a special needs child where you get asked these questions, but then it never really seems like that anybody heard or took that into account. But ClearWater did. And I was tucking Matt into bed one night, and he looked up at me and he said, I love you. And it was the first time he had ever said, I love you. He was 6 years old. And I knew then that this was such a blessing, and this was where Matt needed to be. So I am so grateful that the Kasems have started this school and have continued to pour their hearts and their lives into it so that it could be here for Matt from kindergarten all the way through 13 years old now. And I thank all the teachers that come back day after day after day. It has got to be challenging some days, I'm sure. And thank you for pouring into my child and all the children there. Thank you for coming back every day and for using your talents like you do. It is making such a huge difference. And thank you all for being here tonight. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Thank you to Mrs. Taylor and her amazing testimony, how the school truly has impacted her family. At this time, there are screens all around the tents, and we're going to watch our ClearWater mission video. So at this time, please turn your attention to one of these television. If you are outside the tent, I invite you to come in and take a look.